Kids, this is Bobby.
Yeah.
This is Deda.
Yeah.
And we are starting something completely new. We don't even know exactly what we are doing.
Yeah.
But we were thinking, well, let's do it this way. Bobby's thinking, and I'm doing, okay? That because of this darn coronavirus, which some say that it started in China, some say that it started in Corona, California.
Sorry, Jordan.
It may alter our getting together for a while. So we thought that we try to create a series of clips, 15, 20 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, maybe half an hour. It depends how the story goes. Of some stories from our life. We probably won't be, not probably, for sure, we won't go from July of 1948 and then year by year until 2020. We'll be probably coming back and for all kind of stories. Tomorrow we may, our really first story will be how Babička found Deda on the streets of Los Angeles and how the big laugh between her and I started. Because without that big laugh, you guys wouldn't be, most of you, around. And those who would be around wouldn't be around us. So, there's not going to be any artistic schmolole, and Mr. Spielberg may have some problems with it. But it's really for you when you feel like to know something about Babička. She was very wild when she was young.
Yes.
Before she met me, she was very, very
Yes.
wild.
So was he.
Oh no! Never. Come closer to me, Bobby. So, again, this is what we're going to do, and maybe we could give them some little story.
Yeah. Okay. What are you going to tell them?
First? No, because you are much, much older than I am.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can tell us, so you were born in Cleveland, Ohio, right?
Mm-hmm.
In 1948.
And
I know. Now, 1948 is also an important date for Czechoslovakia, former Czechoslovakia, Czech Republic. That's when the communists took over. Now tell me, Bazi, did you have any of your little fingers in that coup of communists?
No.
No.
No, there I was, an infant, incapable, helpless to do anything about a military coup.
It was really a political coup.
But you had, no, there weren't troops.
There were something they called Lidová milicie, which is like a militia, workers' militia. They didn't have uniforms, they had some weapons, and they recognized each other by a red bandana on their arms.
Uh-huh.
And they had quasi-military discipline there. And their officers or commanders were all communists. Yeah, it was planned beautifully by the Russians. Oh, we'll have stories about Russian children.
Oh my
Oh
God!
my God! There will be stories. I hope you will laugh. But Babička likes the Russian stories.
I do.
So yeah, in 1948. The Czechoslovakia become a country under the rule of Communist Party.
A satellite.
A satellite of Russia.
Yeah.
Satellite. So who were your parents, Babička?
My parents were, my father was Thomas McHugh,
Did he have a middle name?
Michael.
Mike.
Thomas Michael McHugh.
Okay.
And he was born in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Mm-hmm. What is prettier, Cincinnati or Cleveland?
Well, I think Cleveland, but when we went, you thought Cincinnati was prettier. I gotta say that it's a toss-up, folks, because really,
Yeah.
Ohio's not the most beautiful state.
Well, they have a beautiful countryside when you go in the right time of the year.
They have, I guess they do. They have, what I remember of it were just miles and miles and miles
Yeah.
of fields.
Now, by Cincinnati, you have that huge lake, right?
No, you have a river.
Oh, that's Cleveland has the lake.
Yes.
Erie?
Lake Erie. Lake Erie. Yeah.
Did you ever play there by the lake?
Yes.
Okay. Did you do fishing there?
No. No. And the reason for that, okay, here comes the story, kids.
Story.
The Cleveland was known as it made steel. It was a steel making town. And all of the steel factories were along the Cuyahoga River, which flowed into Lake Erie.
Oh.
And they were there because they could transport their product along the river out into the lake, and so a lot of the byproducts from the steel were just dumped in the river. And I remember when I was a little girl, we went on a field trip to the Cuyahoga River. And we went on a boat. And the boat took us up and down. And we passed a lot of steel factories. And the smell was atrocious. It totally smelled of sulfur. And there were a lot of kids that were throwing up on that field trip. I'm glad I wasn't the teacher. But the Cuyahoga River.
Now, Cuyahoga, did I interrupt? That's not an English name, right?
No, that's an Indian name.
Indian name?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Cuyahoga River was so contaminated that it caught on fire and it actually burned up.
When was it? Do you remember?
I don't remember what year it was.
Okay, we'll look it up and maybe in some next, we'll tell you what year, but you can look it up in Wikipedia.
Yeah, and it burned the docks.
Did you see it when it?
No.
No.
Burned the docks. I mean, it did a pretty good job.
Yeah, it's a famous thing.
It is. It's famous.
Yeah.
But what happened to Lake Erie was, of course, the Cuyahoga River flowed into Lake Erie, and so all the contaminants found their way into Lake Erie, and it killed the fish and all the sea life in Lake Erie. So when you went to Lake Erie, first of all, you didn't go in too far, but there was a beach. I remember going to the beach, and secondly, there was no fishing or anything like that because there was nothing in it.
But they cleaned it up, right?
Yes, I don't know what year it was. Mm-hmm. They decided that this was terrible and they were going to clean it all up, and they did. They cleaned up the Cuyahoga River, and they cleaned up Lake Erie, which is a huge lake.
Beautiful. Now, on the other side is Canada?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And
so in 20s, you guys probably were, or 30s, smuggling liquor from Canada to Cleveland,
sure we were.
right?
Yeah. And they restocked the lake, and it was amazing. When I think about the things we can do when we're determined that we're going to do it.
Did you put a whale in that lake?
No,
Oh, that would be so cute to have a pair of whales, and we would call them Cleveland whales.
I think it was fresh water, and whales need to live in salt water.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so that's the lake we lived by. And Cleveland had the very wonderful nickname of the mistake by the lake. It became the call for steel. Steel was used a lot in cars. And they stopped pretty much using it.
Yeah, I think that, well, some big trucks probably still have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the steel mills died, and Cleveland has a lot of poverty now. And it never had good weather because of something called the lake effect.
Come here, Agnes.
It was
come.
such a big body of water that there were a lot of cloudy days. A day with sunshine was really...
So you think that maybe that kind of weather with, I mean, you were born in 48, so those steel mills, not steel mills, the iron work and all that contributed to the fact that you got asthma in very, very young age?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And now, because we have a president who doesn't care about the environment,
Are we going to talk politics on this?
a little.
A little.
This, as far as history goes,
Yeah.
the lake and the river are going back to seed, which is really just criminal. And that's my story.
All right, so we had first story and first talk to you, kids. We'll do tomorrow more talking. Well, for you, it doesn't matter if it's tomorrow or day after tomorrow, but I also need to learn, I'm going to edit it a little tiny bit. So I need to learn how to do that. And then we'll put it on YouTube and we'll let your parents know that instead of watching some crime things on TV, that you can watch us because we are the stars. This is Starlet Babička.
Babička, and this is Star
Leading man, Dědeček.
Dědeček.
All right, kids. Bye.
Bye.